we hold on together, we don't might not like each other all the time, but no matter what, set it aside, especially today. And let's focus on the spirit of family. We're right before the holidays. So optimistic about the progress we're making with COVID, and we just have to slowly kind of move towards this new normal that we're going to be dealing with in this next year. But I'm so hopeful and confident that 2021 is going to be much better than 2020 has been. I think a lot of people are going to join me in that. But I really want people to, it's the holidays and do things in your house. And I'm so pleased to join KOAM in this promotion that's happening. And this is meant to empower everybody to, go out and, people love to be competitive on the island with their Christmas lights and their displays. And we've been with the governor, we've been able to raise some money and push towards KOAM's promotion and offer some cash prizes to people that are going to be able to kind of show us their art and skill out there with Christmas and how they want to celebrate it.
Right, and for those of you who aren't aware, he's talking about the Making Spirits Bright.
You got to sing that, Bree. He's talking about the Making Spirits Bright
lighting competition, and specifically, it's for.
Oh, what fun it is to! Right, okay.
Yeah.
Wait, you guys were actually saying yesterday, hey, LT, this is Jason. They were saying yesterday that you've got a wonderful singing voice, and you would probably really crush it at karaoke.
Sometimes, Jason, and in a better time, I will be happy to alter my voice by.
Yeah, Mr. Lieutenant Governor, can you confirm or deny that you really are a rock star when it comes to karaoke?
I can pretend to be one, but make sure you have your earplugs and listen to somebody else.
So, are you a really good karaoke singer? 2 beers in or 5 beers in?
Oh gosh, I would say 3 drinks in, and then I feel great.
Yep. Then anything is possible. Mariah Carey, bring it on. You got it.
Exactly.
Yeah, so we're doing this Making Spirits Bright. Oh, it's in conjunction with the Island-Wide Beautification Task Force. And it's really very excited. Like I said, I think a lot of people are going extra hard this Christmas in the ways that they can, right? With the decorating of the home and the yard and all that. I think it's a great opportunity to share that holiday spirit, LT.
No, it is. And it's a good, safe way because you're able to basically feature your home and submit it to KOM and submit it for everybody to see. A lot of people like to stroll around and look at lights. In this case, you'll be able to show off your skills. And, sometimes when we do lights, I always marvel at some of the detail that people can place. And I always wonder, how do they make those lines straight? But give it a shot. And I think there's a hashtag you submit, and there's a lot of promotions, but I want to encourage everybody, even if you work for another media outlet, make sure you support this one and join the competition.
It's Making Spirits Bright GU. That's the hashtag that you put on your picture when you post it on social media. And we're talking about thousands of dollars in cash prizes. Okay, so I think it's the most likes. You can win some of this money, and it's perfect time during the holidays. But, since we do have you on, LT, I did want to kind of get into some other news.
Sure.
I wanted to ask just any update on the vaccine.
Well, we participated in a tabletop exercise on Friday that was led by FEMA, CDC, HHS, and it really featured the participants were us, the state of Hawaii, American Samoa, the Northern Marianas. So just basically the Pacific, and going and talking about all the different kind of things that are happening in the planning and all the different things that we're putting into place to support the distribution. But so, a few weeks ago, I think it might have been maybe more than a few weeks ago, where I know KOM reported how throughout the medical community, there was management has been identifying and asking all of the healthcare workers about whether or not they are willing or interested to be vaccinated for planning purposes, because this first wave of vaccine is going to be reaching the healthcare workers, those that are principally in the front line. And of course, those that are living in, we only have one, I guess, assisted living, old folks home situation. That's part of the priority. But all in the next few days, we will be continuing to do outreach with all the schools and with early childhood care development centers. We're planning for the bigger dose. And the governor and I have been talking about making sure that in addition to those that are in healthcare and those that have the comorbidity issues and the older ones, we also want to integrate having teachers and school staff in public, private, and charter schools to be able to be prioritized for vaccine distribution. We know that the vaccine is not available to children 12 years and under, but it is. We want to be able to try and mitigate as much as possible all of the things we can do to try and minimize any occurrence of the virus getting onto school campuses if and when, or I would say when, we return to face-to-face. Sabrina, I tell you what, do you think I can call you guys back? I need to go do you have time for me to call back? Maybe
Yes,
around,
we do.
Let me call you back. I want to make sure I'm not late for this.
Yeah, no worries,
happening.
no worries.
Everybody's getting into place. So
Okay.
I'm going to join get my spot.
All right.
Thank you very much, and I'll talk to you shortly.
All right. Thanks. All right. So that was the Lieutenant Governor. Santa Maria Kamlin is making her way past Adelup as we speak, or in just a little bit. So he's going to go get his spot outside of Adelup Circle to witness her driving by. And so, like he said, he'll be calling back. We were just beginning discussion on the vaccine, but he did talk about this promotion that we are working with the Island-wide Beautification Task Force, and it's with our Making Spirits Brides campaign. And if you've seen the commercial, we might even have the commercial that we're going to run here. We're encouraging everybody to show their Christmas spirit, their holiday spirit, by not only just decorating inside your house, but outside your house. And that's where the prize money comes in.
Right.
So if you post a picture of your house, how you've decorated it outside with your lights, using the hashtag Making Spirits Bright GU, and then people will be able to vote. So the homes that receive the most votes could win a cash prize. And so we're giving out about $4,000 worth in cash. And again, this is with the Island-wide Beautification Task Force. And we'll be announcing the winners before Christmas.
Right. And then, it's amazing how just a little bit of Christmas decoration can totally flip the vibe of the house. So we have, I have a few leftover decorations from last year. I didn't put up the lights or anything, but I did put out a couple things, and it just totally you walk in, you're like, oh my God, it's Christmas. You know what I mean?
And you feel good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I need to start at some point.
I mean, it's probably going to take me a couple weeks just to untangle the lights. I was getting mad when I looked at them. I was like, who the hell put these away last year? Oh, it was me. So.
Well, that's what happened when we put up the Christmas tree on the set yesterday. First, Peter, thank you for bringing in the tree. So I started putting the decorations on, then I went to check the lights, and oh my gosh, the lights weren't working. It was only like the bottom part of the tree. So I had to take off the decorations again and had to find the Christmas lights here at the station. And then, I had to figure out, okay, so how do you put this on to make sure that, the extension, it connects? And so Mike Villagomez, our production manager, and he's just like, Bree, oh my goodness, And I'm like, I don't know. I usually just get a tree and you just plug it in and the lights.
Yeah, that's how you burn down the house.
So anyway, we figured it out.
Never mind, just plug it in.
We figured it out and put it on, and then put on the decorations. But I did a whole picture of Instagram versus reality.
Yeah.
Because what you see on TV and your television screen when you're watching the news, it's only a small portion
Right
of the
on.
Christmas
Yeah.
tree. So when you actually, if we ever show you the actual tree,
Right.
it's only that part of the tree that's decorated.
But you
Okay,
know,
it's funny to me.
it is. No, it is funny. I mean, I don't know if Jay has a picture. Just pop it up there. But you know, bottom line is, Bree, the tree is up. All right, that's all that
Yeah.
matters.
And Megan, she did a nice little Christmas logo. I think we even have one here on the link that she created to get our holiday spirit going.
All right, it's 8:40. We're going to take just a quick break, and we're back with more of the show, which is brought to you by Calvo Select Care, IT&E, Dial Rent to Own, and Calvo Enterprises. It is, again, the link on the Breeze 93.9. Good morning, Guam.
Let's get merry during the most wonderful time of the year by making spirits bright. KUAM and McDonald's of Guam want to highlight your decorations and lights by flooding the social media pages of KUAM with your videos and photos. Finish your holiday setup, then snap a few shots or a video of your delightful display and send it to us through social media or email them to promotions@kuam.com. Check out our posts every Friday or tune in to KUAM News Weekend Edition for a special montage of the submissions certain to be making spirits bright with every broadcast. Warmest holiday wishes from McDonald's of Guam and KUAM Communications.
Hey kids! With the best holiday of the year approaching, KUAM has arranged a way for you to make sure Santa knows what you want for Christmas. Santa and Mrs. Claus have set up a virtual mailbox at KUAM.com with help from your friends at Dial Rent to Own. This is a chance for you to write your very own letter to Santa. Have an adult download the letter form, fill it out with your Christmas wishes, and send it in to us at letterstosanta@KUAM.com. Santa will read every letter submitted, but you may be chosen to join our Christmas Zoom party where you get to talk to the big guy himself on December 19th. If you're chosen, you will receive a special emailed invitation for you to attend the virtual fun. Stay informed with the stations and platforms of KUAM for all the details and make sure you are being nice and not too naughty from today until Santa comes to visit. Letters to Santa is brought to you by Dial Rent to Own and all the L's at KUAM.
Merry Christmas! Holiday federal employees and annuitants, the open season is here. Calvo's Select Care offers a comprehensive on-island network, including GMH and GRMC. Our off-island provider network stretches across the Pacific, plus our partnership with United Healthcare provides over 1 million providers throughout the continental United States. Calvo's Select Care, healthcare that's always there for you. Federal employees and annuitants, enroll today.
You overcame the challenges of this day and age and showed the world that our spirit of Inafet Malik is unbreakable. Siduas Maasi to all our community partners who helped the KUAM Care Force in giving back this year. And thanks to you especially, the people of Guam. Your kindness and generosity gave hope to so many in need this year. Let Giving Tuesday be the spark that keeps the spirit of generosity going throughout the year.
The Christmas Pops virtual marketplace continues on the stations of KUAM and on our webpage at KUAMChristmasPops.com. Catch the encore through December 11th on demand and on the stations of KUAM Communications. The Christmas Pops virtual marketplace is presented by Stroll Courier. Get all your packages, documents, and gifts delivered island-wide. Visit strollguam.com/courier and book a delivery today. Domino's. Visit domino's.gu for faster, easier online ordering. And JA Guam, bringing the business of life to life.
GU Self-Storage, conveniently located near the Harmon McDonald's. We offer affordable rates, online payments, and auto bill pay for your convenience. Plus gate access daily from 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. Call us today at 648-7867 for more information.
Even a small gesture of kindness can brighten a child's day on Christmas. With donations more challenging to deliver, this year the Salvation Army is in need of your help with their Toys and Joy Drive. Donate new toys or gifts for children and teens anytime between 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. at their Teton office drop boxes up until December 22nd. You can also drop off your toys to our donation drive-thru in our parking lot in Harmon between 7 a.m. to 2 p.m. on Giving Tuesday, December 1st. Let's all do our part and dig deep to bring some joy to kids in need this Christmas.
We got your 6.
At 6 a.m. with The Link on Breeze 93.9 FM. Bree and I connect you with all the latest news and information you need to know to start your day.
Then check back with Guam's news leader at 6 p.m. for the day's top headlines with KUAM News Primetime.
From 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. and everything else in between with KUAM Digital, we got your 6. There's an interesting little cultural note in this song. Santa forgot his Zori at my door. I don't know what it is with island culture, and I've seen it in other ones too, where you take off your shoes before you go in the house. Right? I mean, it really sticks out to me if I see someone wearing shoes in the house. Like, whoa there. Whoa, hold on a second. 8:48. That's Eric Borja, Christmas time. Viva Santa Maria Carmelin. She has now made her way past Adelup. And I believe she's now heading up to
Mooning.
You
guys saw the video? It's already passed Adelup?
Huh?
It's supposed to pass Adelup at around 8:50. The Adelup Circle.
Right.
And it's 8:48.
Right, okay. Let's go to the phones now where we have Chantel on the line. And it's a really interesting story that she's going to share with us. And very unfortunate. She reached out to me on the social media. And so there's currently a ban on evictions, a moratorium on evictions in play because we're in the PCOR 1 public health emergency, right? But Chantel, good morning. Thank you for joining us, by the way.
Hi, good morning.
So you were telling me that you were evicted back in June, and the eviction moratorium was also in effect in June.
Yes.
I guess we'll just start at the beginning, Chantel. Just that's always a great place to start. Tell us the what, where, when, why, how you were evicted back in June.
Okay, back in May, I had received a notice of non-renewal of my lease from my landlord, stating that they didn't want to renew my lease, which was a surprise to me and my family because they're actually my family also, and we had never talked about the renewal not being renewed. So when we got that letter, um, and I was laid off, so I got really like nervous and stressed out about having to move and not having the means to rent another place. So I reached out to a lot of resources to get information on what to do. But when I got that information, there's what had transpired from the beginning and people I talked to. The first person that I talked to, I actually reached out to the congressman because I had read that he had passed or he had secured funds for people like me that would be going through something like this and for rapid rehousing. So I started looking into that, but then as I talked to people from different departments, they told me to talk to my landlord and let her know that there is no evictions to be placed due to we're in a public health emergency. So after I talked to her and I told her that, she had said that a non-renewal of lease has nothing to do with eviction. So me being that I did not have that knowledge of anything regarding this, me and my family had just packed up and nowhere to go, but ended up staying in a hotel, and up to this day we are still in a hotel. So that's where I'm at now. I had called every resource. I have looked at the AGs and everything, and it's just very frustrating for me right now.
You
I wanted to get out. Excuse me?
You called the AG's office? Did you speak with anybody?
Yes, I had contacted the AG's office because I was told to file a complaint against my landlord regarding the eviction. So I had done that. Initially, I wasn't going to do it because they are my family. So what had brought this situation for me to file a complaint is I had gone to another situation where I did find a place, and I had put a $500 deposit to hold the place because it wasn't going to be ready until August 4th. So when August 4th came, this landlord that I had made the deposit to, I guess decided that they did not want to move forward due to I wasn't able to pay the rest of the balance due to because I received unemployment, but at that time, I guess there was an issue with receiving or people getting their money because there was like a fraud issue. So I asked her if she can please be patient. I will be getting it, and then I can make that payment and start moving in. But she said no, and then I was like, okay. Then I need my refund back, and then she decided that no, it's non-refundable. So that's what made me call the AG's office, and I filed a complaint against that issue. But then I had spoken to Benjamin Poholke, which he is the Assistant Attorney General, I believe. Mm-hmm. And when he had asked me what made me look for a place, and I told him what had happened when I got evicted, so he is the one that pursued and told me that we have to do this because they did break the law. So that's how this complaint was filed. So I did file, and then I was following up every other day for months, and then I finally got an answer just last month saying that they cannot represent me due to it is out of their jurisdiction because I am out of the unit. So now I'm at this situation where I don't know where to go, who to talk to. So that's how I wanted to get it out there, because I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people out there that has been evicted, but because they probably did go to these people that they got the answers I did, that they just got discouraged and gave up. But I can't give up because my family.
Well, it sounds like you've just been getting a bunch of months of runaround.
Yes.
I'm sorry. They told you that they can't pursue this because you moved out?
Yeah, because I guess I had moved and I'm out of the unit. But if I was still in the unit, the AG Benjamin said that they are mediators, and if I was still in the unit, they can go ahead and talk to the landlord. You know, they'll be the middle person now, where they would kind of talk to them and prevent me from getting evicted. But that's not what was told to me when I was still in the unit. When I had called, they had told me when I called the AGs, I didn't speak to Benjamin Polky yet. I spoke to, I think it was, I guess the clerk or something there, and they had told me that because my eviction date is coming up, that even if I was to file the complaint that day, they're not going to be able to get to it by the date I'm supposed to be evicted. So for me just to talk to my landlord and let them know that I can't be evicted. But even when I did talk to the landlord, she said that it had nothing to do with it. Nothing. Non-renewal and eviction is different. And then I was told later on that it is an eviction. You're told to vacate the premises on a set date, so you are being evicted. So now I'm not. Now I don't know what to do.
You have kids, Chantel?
Yes, I do. Well, actually, I have 4, and they're all adults. My youngest is 19, but I am a grandma of 2.
But do you feel like your landlord is using the non-renewal of your lease as a way to kind of get around the eviction ban?
Yes, because when they gave me the notice, that was in May. I guess this was the first time there was a date put out there where this public health emergency will be lifted, which will be on June 30th. The date of my move out was set for June 30th. So I assumed, and I was just thinking that they thought if they put June 30th, they're not going to get in trouble because that's the date of me moving out. Supposedly the public health emergency would be lifted. That's what I was assuming.
Did your landlord give you an eviction notice?
No, I just got a notice of non-renewal and a notice to vacate. There was no other documents or anything given to me prior to that.
Okay, so you did get a notice to vacate. And this never went to court? There was never any court order?
No.
Ordering that you be evicted?
Nothing.
And the AG's office, once again, because I'm just trying to understand, the AG's office said that they could not help you or pursue the complaint that you filed with their office because you, on your own, moved out.
Because I moved out.
Following the notice to vacate.
Yeah, yes.
And they don't plan on taking any sort of action against this landlord, period.
No. Well, actually, Benjamin Poholke had sent me a letter attaching the executive order and a list, probably like 6 lawyers that I can call to ask if they would take my case and take my landlord to court. I had called each and every one of them, and I had gotten responses like he represents landlords and his conflict of interest. They're not able to help me. Other ones would say they're not able to take any cases right now. And there was this one, the last one I called, that's the one that I got a lot of information on what my rights were as a U.S. citizen and how the AG is supposed to help me and represent me in this matter, because also I was violated. There was a law that was broken, and he doesn't understand why they're letting me go out there to find a private lawyer, which I know I can't afford a private lawyer.
Right.
And so he gave me some advice and told me what to do. So I followed that and called called everybody that he told me to call, but I still got the same answers. There's even what had transpired from when I called that lawyer. I had called 311 to ask who do I speak to in regards to filing a report against a landlord that has evicted a tenant. I was transferred to emergency dispatch, which I had spoken to Lieutenant Danis, I believe, and he had told me that this is a civil matter and they do not intervene or take care of anything regarding evictions. So I would have to go to court. So after he said that, I had asked him, so if there was a law broken and a victim was, I'm the victim. I was violated, and for that, I cannot call the police department or file a report if that was broken. I mean, so that doesn't really make sense to me because a law was broken. I'm the victim. I want someone to help me, but he said, well, that's what he knows. But maybe you can get help from this person. Here's this number. So I called that number. I spoke to Lieutenant Yu. He did not know nothing about, he was just in the same boat as me. And then he said, okay, maybe you can call this number. This is public health. I spoke to Lawrence Alam. I told him my situation, and I can hear he was flipping through so much papers, and he was trying to find, I guess, procedures on what to tell me or, what happens or what I need to do. And there was nothing. So he just advised me, for him, he thinks I should just call the Joint Information Center and ask them. So that's what I did. I called 311, pushed option 8, and I asked for Nick Rupley answered. Right. And I told him, and then he told me to send him all my documents and everything that is regarding to this eviction, and he is going to send it to the governor's office and have the governor's office call me. Still, I have not received a call. I followed up yesterday, got nothing back yet.
When did you talk to Nick? When did you call 311?
I talked to Nick on this was last week. This was on a Wednesday.
Who's your landlord?
It's the Fison, Ganya Heights. It's more than one. Actually, it's a brothers, and then the main one that I was dealing with was my uncle, which he's in the state, and then the uncle that's here had just recently taking over the rental, and I'm dealing with him and his wife now, or was dealing with them prior to me being evicted.
What do you feel is the remedy for you, Chantel?
Really, I just feel that I just want to get some news where there's a light at the end of this tunnel here, where I can get what is entitled to my family for going through this hardship, and justice on a landlord that had evicted me. I mean, they broke the law. Why aren't there any consequences? I'm going through this hardship with my family, and they're well off. They had a tenant move in 3 days after I had moved out, which that was like hurtful to me also. I mean, being that that's my family too, so that just adds more on top of.
Well, you know what they say about family.
Yeah, I'm learning that now.
Yeah, I mean it's very sad that we put out these pronouncements and these bans, and there just seems to be little to no follow up in the enforcement of them.
Yes, and I'm thinking an executive order is placed, and there's even consequences stated on this thing, and then when a person like me tries to get the help, I mean, this is what happens. and I'm just confused right now on what is exactly my right, my family's right. You know, I'm just, now that unemployment too is going to be ending. I've been applying everywhere to get a job as soon as possible, but it's just not happening right now. I'm not going to be having any income coming in anymore, and staying at a hotel. I mean, we found the cheapest because I went to online booking, which you get a big discount, and that's how we've been actually keeping a roof over our head for already going 5 months.
And you've been using your unemployment money to.
Yes. Since the day we left, the day we moved out, that's what I've been using. And I had told my landlord that I am, that when I do get my unemployment, I'm going to pay the I guess it was the 3 months that was not paid due to the whole public health emergency, and I will even pay 2-3 months more on top of that. But even after saying that, they were like, there was just a lot of confusion too. It was a whole circus actually for me, back and forth, not getting any response back. Then a day before we were to leave, one of my landlords, my uncle, had came and was like, "Oh, I noticed you guys were moving. What's going on?" I'm like, "Oh, I've gotten a notice saying that we had to leave." It looked like he didn't know or wasn't aware that we were leaving, and he told me to call his wife and tried to do that. Called, didn't answer. Then I emailed her, so she replied and said, "Well, since you're moving out already, we'll just move on with the move, with you being, to vacate the premises." I was like, I was just done at that point. Like, I didn't even want to keep trying to call her or try and tell her, I have nowhere to go. I just said, okay, we're just going to leave. The next day we left, we were out of there. I even have the time we moved out and everything. I jotted down every single thing. So,
Chantel, are you going to be homeless come the end of the month?
Probably. And then even with that, they're telling me to call that there's Salvation Army is doing rapid rehousing. But the thing is, I had did that when I was still in the unit trying to get that help. And because of everything that I was going through at that time, I did go to my appointment. I had pending papers, but it was already close to the time I had to leave. The day that we were leaving, Marina Tarpley, I believe her name is, she had called me to follow up. And I had told her that, yes, I'm still currently getting my paperwork together that is pending for my application. And she said that, I was supposed to turn that in like 2 days ago, and she didn't need to make this follow-up call. She could have just, or she didn't need to make this follow-up call to check if I still needed the help. And then I asked her, well, I'm really sorry, but I'm, going through this eviction and having to move, and my documents aren't ready yet, but are you able to help me? I am going to be leaving this place like in a couple of hours, and I'm going to have nowhere to go. And she said, no, we can't help you until you turn in your stuff. I was like, okay, then, thank you. That was it.
Who did you call at Adelup?
At Salvation Army?
No, Adelup. You said that Nick from 311 told you to call Adelup. Who did you call at Adelup?
Oh, no, I didn't call. He had told me to email him all my documents, and he would be the one to get in contact with the governor's office and explain my situation and have them call me.
Well, we have the lieutenant governor, actually. LT, we're going to bring you on. I know he's listening here. And let me just, first of all, thanks for joining us again, LT. I know that you were paying tribute to Santa Maria Comelin. Chantel was evicted back in June, and it seems like she's definitely done all the legwork in calling the AG's office, calling GPD 311. Can't seem to find any answers, but I guess last time she spoke to 311, Nick Lee up there had said that he was going to forward all of her information and documents over to Adelup to maybe run it up to the governor's office level. But we have Lieutenant Governor Josh here on the line, Chantel.
Okay.
LT?
Hi, good morning. I missed a whole bunch of it, so can you bring me up to speed?
Chantel, can you hear Lieutenant Governor?
Oh, yes, I can.
Okay, go ahead. Talk to him.
Okay. I was evicted. I was given a notice back in May, and then a notice to vacate June 30th, no later than 5 o'clock. Before I moved out, I had called all the resources I could and got, advice and numbers and people to call to get the help. But like I was explaining, what transpired up to this day, I got to no help regarding this. The AGs had taken my complaint, and but the outcome was that I would have to find a private lawyer and bring it to court. And even when I called all those lawyers, none of them were able to take my case due to reasons that they had. And so I called other resources and was led to the last one where I called the 311 and spoke to Nick. And he said he was going to forward my documents and everything to the governor's office and have them call me. And maybe they can help me there, but I still haven't gotten a call. It's been 5 months since I've been evicted. Long story short.
So, Chris, I'm having a hard time hearing. There's the AGs. So what is? I really missed. What was the request pending? I'm lost.
She filed a complaint to the Attorney General's office because she was issued a notice to vacate her place in Agana Heights, and so she had vacated. But the AG's office had also told her, well, here's a list of attorneys that you can call to take legal action, but those attorneys said they had conflicts of interest. And then the AG's office further informed her that, well, there's nothing we can do. We can't investigate this complaint because you moved out. And so she's...
The complaint... so the complaint was about her personal residence?
No. Her landlord. It was against her landlord that issued her a notice to vacate.
In other words, there's an eviction moratorium.
Right, and that's exactly why she's concerned, because even at the end of the month when PUA stops, she is not going to be able to find a place to stay, and she might be homeless because she hasn't been able to get any help.
Chantal, if I could get her name and phone number, can you message it to me, Chris?
Sure, I can.
So that we can give her a call today and kind of piece this together.
Right on. I'll do that, LT.
Yeah, give it to me. Yeah. And Chantel, somebody will call you within the hour.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, much. Chantel. We're going to let you go. We got some catching up with LT real quick, but definitely appreciate you coming on and sharing your story, and keep us posted on how our linking of you and the Lieutenant Governor works out for you, okay?
Thank you so much, Chris. Right. You have a good day.
You too, Chantel. Hey, LT.
Thank you, Chantel.
Thanks for joining us.
Yeah. If you could, LT, if you could just kind of explain this moratorium, that there really shouldn't be anybody getting evicted during this public health emergency, is what I understood.
That's right. And then on top of that, there are some federal protections also. In fact, there's several layers to this. So, you really have to... I'd like to hear all the details about this, but she shouldn't. And did she move? She ended up moving, or she stayed?
She moved out because they gave her a deadline to move out, and so she did what she could. She found a hotel, and she's been staying in a hotel for the last several months, trying to get help from the AG's office. Yeah, and she's been using her PUA money to cover the cost of the hotel.
Yeah, we'll get down to the bottom of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You shouldn't. You there is a moratorium on evictions right now for sure, and you know, I have to piece together everything and figure out what's going on.
Yeah, yeah. She
But
was
as
laid
a
off.
general rule, you know, if you the minute that happens, you know, you shouldn't. I think they're right. She shouldn't have moved, but besides the fact she did. We just have to get down to the bottom of it and piece the details together and get her some help.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks for helping her. We left off where we were talking about the vaccine.
Yes.
And the distribution plan.
Where we left off, as part of the planning, we're also now, you know, because we're expecting the bigger doses that is going to be reaching into the community, you know, within the next couple months, you know, it's all based on preparing for it. So in addition to, you know, getting all of the clinics on board, the medical providers, and polling them to develop the list of healthcare folks that are wanting to be vaccinated, you know, and then that work will continue with the clinics. I believe that there are 25 healthcare facilities and clinics that will be registered to issue vaccinations as well. And then they will roll out with their testing plan, all reaching all of the people with the older people with comorbidities, those that are at higher risk. And additionally, we are starting to gather data this week on all people that work on schools or in early child care development centers. They'll be getting reached out and notified by public health as the weeks go on to identify those that are going to be in contact with children, either at school or at daycare, and give them an opportunity to opt into a vaccine and get their priority lifted. That's part of the exercise that we're going on, so that we're prepared to kind of hit all the different sectors and offer those priorities to people who are willing to get vaccinated. And then that might include the media too, or at least
What was this?
and, you know, transparency, trying to reach as many people as we can. But this is obviously a set to reviewers of the vaccines for approval in the next few days, and then expanding the number of, and they're expecting the number of options to increase after that. We will not get vaccines that are not approved by the FDA, and vaccines are always going to be by choice. There's not going to be a mandate for vaccination.
Have you know, we talked to Lillian and she was mentioning that at least 70%, because they did a poll, 70% of her staff over there would be interested or would be willing to take the vaccine. And there were some that have some health issues and that they would not want to. But just in the preliminary surveys that you've conducted amongst the frontliners, what can you tell us about their response and their willingness?
You know, I haven't seen the details yet of the, all I've heard is around the same percentage that Lillian reported. I haven't seen myself the actual data that's being used. There's an active team that's working on that, and I'll ask about that. But it's you know, that outreach will continue with all the different pockets of groups. And we were able to share in the tabletop exercise as well all of what the priorities are for the other areas in the Pacific, and we all seem to be on the same page in that regard.
Who participated in that tabletop exercise?
Well, it was conducted by FEMA Region 9 Director, along with head of CDC in the region and the HHS heads. And then also from Guam, the governor led the team along with the public health folks. And then in same thing with the CNMI, Hawaii was led by the lieutenant governor, who's a good friend of mine. He's a doctor. American Samoa was their health department. Northern Marianas was also Steve Estramunia, who's the head of the Commonwealth Health Corporation. So there's another overlay because all the Pacific Islands are members of an organization called Pacific Island Health Officers Association. And there's already a considerable amount of interaction going along with the health agencies. So the tabletop, it lasted about maybe 3.5 hours. And then we're facilitated by one of the epidemiological experts in the States. And so this is basically part of the continued preparation of all the jurisdiction. There were similar tabletops that were conducted in different regions of the states as well, all happening concurrently.
Can we go back to, well, it's not necessarily Chantel's issue, but just the homeless situation? Because I think in previous discussions, the funding for the homeless shelter and the reason why the homeless shelter was stood up was because of the public health emergency. And the current declaration, I believe it would expire at the end of this month unless the governor extends it for another 30 days. You take a look at the CAR score where right now we've been maintaining it below 5. So I don't know if that's going to be a factor on whether or not we're going to be seeing this declaration go away or not. But although, whatever the case may be, are we going to see this homeless shelter continue even without this public health emergency declaration? Are we making plans for that?
Have been working with our fed.
I'm sorry. Yeah, you're breaking up. You're breaking up. LT.
Stable funding to have this non-target shelter in place. Can you hear me?
Yeah, if you could start all over. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. Now I'm going into Naval Station for cut the ribbon. We will have, the governor and I have identified with our federal partners funding to secure that shelter and its operations for the next calendar year. And part of that will be coming up with a very good balance. Maintain transitional housing and get the case. Sabrina?
Yeah, you were really breaking up. You sounded...
Okay, Sabrina, I'll call you back.
LT, if we want to just catch up tomorrow because we're cutting out a little early to do live stream the mass for Santa Maria Comelin.
All right.
Is that okay?
I'll check in with you guys tomorrow.
Yeah, that's fine. Thank you, LT. Be safe.
Thank you.
That's
All
right. Okay, goes. Right on. 9:23.
Did you forward him the number?
Of course. Gotta take a quick break, and we're coming back. We're gonna take a break here on the radio, but we're gonna throw and have playing for you guys the live stream of Our Lady Santa Maria Comelin as she is now making her way towards the Mercy Care Center.
Yeah, she just went through. She just made it through St. Anthony Parish, and there were a lot of people, and you could see the emotion was very, very heavy on them. There were a lot of parishioners lining the streets, maybe as far down as 3 squares, as the restaurant, all the way up to the entrance to the St. Anthony Chapel.
Wow.
And then they went around the back, around where Steel Athletics and what used to be DFS, where the old Guam Greyhound Park is, and they're now going around to the back of
Mercy Heights?
Mercy Heights, the Mercy Center.
Oh,
That's correct.
And Mercy Heights, they have been closed after I think it was 7 positive confirmed COVID cases, and they're actually scheduled to reopen. I want to say this week.
Okay. And as soon as she has made her visit to Mercy Heights, she'll be heading up at 9:20 to the Guam Memorial Hospital, right across the way there in Tamuning. After which she goes to down to Tuman at the Blessed Diego de San Vittori's Church. Yeah, down in Jigo.
All right, we'll take a break, guys, and you're going to be watching the stream while we take a break here on the radio. Again, it's The Link on the Breeze, 93.9. Good morning.
Let's get merry during the most wonderful time of the year by making spirits bright. KUAM and McDonald's of Guam want to highlight your decorations and lights by flooding the social media pages of KUAM with your videos and photos. Finish your holiday setup, then snap a few shots or a video of your delightful display and send it to us through social media or email them to promotions@kuam.com. Check out our posts every Friday or tune in to KUAM News Weekend Edition for a special montage of the submissions certain to be making spirits bright with every broadcast. Warmest holiday wishes from McDonald's of Guam and KUAM Communications.
Hey kids! With the best holiday of the year approaching, KUAM has arranged a way for you to make sure Santa knows what you want for Christmas. Santa and Mrs. Claus have set up a virtual mailbox at KUAM.com with help from your friends at Dial Rent to Own. This is a chance for you to write your very own letter to Santa. Have an adult download the letter form, fill it out with your Christmas wishes, and send it in to us at letterstosanta@KUAM.com. Santa will read every letter submitted, but you may be chosen to join our Christmas Zoom party where you get to talk to the big guy himself on December 19th. If you're chosen, you will receive a special emailed invitation for you to attend the virtual fun. Stay informed with the stations and platforms of KUAM for all the details, and make sure you are being nice and not too naughty from today until Santa comes to visit. Letters to Santa is brought to you by Dial Rent to Own and all the L's at KUAM.
Merry Christmas!
The Christmas Pops virtual marketplace continues on the stations of KUAM and on our webpage at KUAMChristmasPops.com. Catch the encore through December 11th on demand and on the stations of KUAM Communications. The Christmas Pops virtual marketplace is presented by Stroll Courier. Get all your packages, documents, and gifts delivered island-wide. Visit strollguam.com/courier and book a delivery today. Domino's. Visit domino's.gu for faster, easier online ordering. And JA Guam, bringing the business of life to life.
Half-a-day federal employees and annuitants, the open season is here. Cavo's Select Care offers a comprehensive on-island network, including GMH and GRMC. Our off-island provider network stretches across the Pacific, plus our partnership with United Healthcare provides over 1 million providers throughout the continental United States. Cavo's Select Care, healthcare that's always there for you. Federal employees and annuitants, enroll today.
GU Self-Storage, conveniently located near the Harmon McDonald's. We offer affordable rates, online payments, and auto bill pay for your convenience. Plus gate access daily from 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. Call us today at 648-7867 for more information.
You overcame the challenges of this day and age and showed the world that our spirit of Inafat Malik is unbreakable. Siduas Maasi to all our community partners who helped the KUAM Care Force in giving back this year. And thanks to you especially, the people of Guam. Your kindness and generosity gave hope to so many in need this year. Let Giving Tuesday be the spark that keeps the spirit of generosity going throughout the year.
We're going to do another screen share here with Santa Maria Conlon, her a trip around the island.
She's currently passing the Guam Memorial Hospital.
Wow. And prayers for all those who are in GMH, especially fighting COVID, because they can't just come out and pay tribute to Our Lady. But hopefully there's a way they can watch this. Wow, that's amazing.
And there have been, just by the looks of it, at least a few dozen of the medical staff have come out to, pay homage to her. And, like you said, Chris, there's a lot of medical staff who probably would like to come out and make their devotions, but cannot because they've got to tend to patients. So, certainly our thoughts are with them as well.
Right.
And this is her, ninth, trek or site that she's passed on her trek throughout the island. She's already visited Totu, Mongmong, Sinahanya, Ganya Heights, Maina, and Adelup. She passed by St. Anthony's Catholic Church and also the Mercy Heights Care Center. And again, she is just now leaving GMH and heading to Tumon, the Blessed Diego de San Vitor's Church.
And then I know she's also going to be making her way up to GRMC and Santa Barbara right around when we close out the show, guys.
Yeah. And again, so we were wondering at the earlier when the procession actually started, and Chris was saying, I wonder how many cars are there. She's flanked by, it looks like, 2 big trucks or 2 big Escalades or Suburbans and everything. So 2 very robust vehicles and everything like that, and at least a 2-car police escort.
They're all white, right? The cars are all white that she's being transported.
Yeah. I want to thank everybody for not washing their car the last few days, just to make sure that we got some good sunshine for Our Lady.
It's a beautiful day.
It is.
What time does she go to the south, Chris?
She's going to the south after lunch, Jay. She's going to St. Dominic's at 11:35, and from there to Barragata, Mangilau, Talampago, Ordat, then Jotnia.
Yeah, it's about 12:55 Jotnia.
Right. 150 San Miguel Church in Talafolfo, Malolo, San Isidro 205. And it kind of looks like they're running on schedule.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and you just saw that there's actually an ambulance that was pulling out of the GMH emergency room, and you saw the EMTs and the members of the fire department inside. They were waving to Our Lady as she passed by.
And then from Inaran and San Jose Church at 2:15, she's on to San Dimas in Molesto, and then Umatic, San Dionisio Church at 2:50 p.m. And then it's on to Agate. So she's going to make the Agate-Umatic Road, a scenic route for Our Lady. And on to Santa Rita, Naval Station Chapel. Yes, I guess she has the base privileges. And then PD. And then the last stop will be Assen.
And then she'll actually return back to her point of where she started down at Cathedral and again for the 6 p.m. Mass.
Right.
Which
And
is
just
today.
also at 11:30 on KUAM TV8, we are going to be rebroadcasting the Mass from this morning. Again, that's
Yeah,
11:30.
sorry, I was under the impression we were going to cut early at 9:30. I don't know why.
You were already on your phone on Grab and Grub. It's okay, so I'd like some ribs.
Oh,
and
right, I'm going to get some breakfast.
I want the mac and cheese. And... Oh, wait, we still got to work?
Oh, what? So, yeah, my bad. 9:33. Let's go into the Zoom room where we had Marty on. I want to say it was about a little less than a few weeks ago, right, Marty?
Well, yes.
And so I understand there's been some developments. Now, as you guys may recall, we had a very emotional interview with Marty and her husband, Benny, as Benny was hospitalized due to the coronavirus. They had Take Care insurance at the time. Take Care had said they weren't covering any COVID-19. But you kind of remind me of Aaron Brockovich a little bit. I don't know if you've seen that movie. But
my mom laughed at that too. She was laughing when I told her what you called me.
Yeah. So you kind of went into the fine print and went toe to toe with the big bad insurance company, and now it looks like they are going to pay for your bill. Is that what's happening here, Marty?
Yeah, we finally got an email on December 1st because we were last on your show just before Thanksgiving, and there was that the day after we saw a letter to the GCA from Take Care that said that they were covered COVID treatment, and hospitalization was also in there. So I wrote back to Take Care and I said, wait a minute, now you're saying you cover it because, we know it's open enrollment. So I think the combination of the media, public awareness, the open enrollment timing, and then of course the speaker's strong letter to the U.S. Attorney, the AG, and Daphne Shimizu as the insurance commissioner, all of those efforts really put the pressure on them so that we could get an answer right away. So as of December 1st, I was notified that they did pay. The way that the attachment was, they broke it down by provider. And so the GMH as provider was $16,027.27. And then there was the providers that totaled $3,756. So we were informed that we only had to pay our two $100 copays, which is what I read in my benefits, the $100 for the October 12th ER visit, and then the $100 for the hospitalization, because the ER rolls into the hospitalization and is waived, so there's only the one copay. But it did take a lot of effort, and you guys were with me. It was the roller coaster. It was, you get the denied COVID treatment letter back on October 19. Then they had another letter that came through, but it didn't really make sense because it said denied admission until they reviewed the bill. And I'm like, what does that mean? Prescribes that you need to go to the hospital from ER and you're going to deny it. I mean, it just, it's just the whole mental distress that we went through. And then finally seeing the GCA, email blast that, oh, we're covering it. And it's like, wait a minute, you haven't covered it because you haven't changed your decision on our benefit. So I kept fighting it more. And so we finally got an answer where, yes, they are going to cover it. They are paying GMH, which is well deserving because those frontline heroes saved Benny's life. We should all have that community spirit and compassion. And, this wasn't just a fight about us, it was fighting for GMH too, because we didn't want to see them wait 6 months for an appeal process.
Is this a policy change with Take Care, Marty, or do you feel like it was because you wanted to make a lot of noise about it?
I think it's because of our public awareness campaign, because we brought out to the attention that, they were trying to start on the exclusion and the exclusion did not stick. As Speaker said, they had legal opinion look at it and they did not meet the requirements of that statement because it said that it had to result in their facilities, their personnel, and their financial resources being unavailable, and they are available. So it would, void that statement. So when we put the pressure on them, then that's where it really, I think it really helped to get immediate attention to it. I feel bad if there's other people that really have to wait out the whole 6-month process. I'm not in politics, but I would suggest that somebody look at that 6-month appeal and make it shorter, like 60 days. I don't know how they can possibly do that, but we've read the media announcements back in March that they weren't allowing Take Care due to unpaid bills. Then September, they allowed them back. And then a month later, Benny got sick and was hospitalized. So fortunately for the timing that when Benny had to go in, they were accepting it. So, it's scary because we pay our premiums and you want to be able to know that the hospital is going to accept you and you don't want to be caught in the middle of these, unpaid bill disputes.
Are you aware of GMH's? Are you aware of GMH's received the payment? I'm not sure where that's coming from.
I only have the email of the check number and the amount. I was actually asking Peter Santos to see and verify, with maybe Lillian or whoever at GMH, but.
Right, I just got a message from Peter. He said the CFO, GMH is still waiting for payment. The CFO says she's unaware of any payment by Take Care. That was just
Okay.
from him. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's just it. It's it's like I only have an email that says this is what the check is made out to. So and one of them being 13,000. The 16,027 is for GMH, and then the 3,756 to the 8 various providers. And I guess that makes sense because I know GMH is using, FEMA resources, military resources, so they kind of broke it down by provider. Some different rates applied. So, but yeah, I couldn't really decipher the bill because I'm not a medical billing person, but it makes sense that it was broken down per provider.
Right. And we know Take Care is not, GRMC doesn't accept Take Care, so there's not really many options out there for their subscribers. But, so they sent you the check number, but we haven't got the confirmation from GMH. At what point would seeing be believing for you, Marty?
I honestly don't know. It's just, we just finished open enrollment. And of course, like I said, Take Care is the only option. So, for us, we trust in the Lord and move forward and hope that, we keep an eye on everything. I did notice that in my G for 2021, that exclusion is on all plans now. So but again, the exclusion should not have applied because their facilities are available, their personnel is available, and of course they got the financial resources because we're all paying our premiums. So, but at least I know that my financial responsibility is just the $200 copays, which is for the plan that I did choose. But that's why there was a part of me that I just said, Peter, I don't know if we can confirm if they got payment or not. I only know that on my December 1st email, this is how the bill is being broken down and that how they're going to issue the 2 checks.
So what's next for you?
Well, we keep moving on, but I do question to the legislature that I don't know if it's possible for them to look at the appeals process and to look at the statute of limitations to lower it from 6 months down to 30 or 60, because this was about a 60-day process for us to get it, fixed. So, but it's just the fact that the bill's going to GMH. If they're taking a 6-month appeal process, to me, that's not fair. I'm just looking out for the front line, because my 2 youngest kids are medical frontliners in San Diego. And, I hear the stress that they go through and everything, from what I understand, California is about to be locked down again because the numbers are rising.
Yeah.
It's scary. My youngest Tally, she works in a children's hospital, and then my sister's Kaiser Permanente chain. So, it's very scary out there. And, the one least thing that you need to worry about is that, are people going to pay their bill so that we don't have that added stress?
Right on. Totally agree.
But I thank you guys so much for helping spread the word. I thank Speaker so much for her assistance. I really know that the media coverage that you guys provided us with and being able to spread the word out there. There was a funny story of Benny going through the Naval Gate recently when he was going to work, and the military police checking his ID recognized his name from your show. And he swiped it and he looked at him and he goes, "So did Take Care ever pay their bill?" And Betty was just like, he didn't know where this was going. He goes, "Yeah, they told us that they're paying it now." And he goes, good for you,
Come on in. Good for you.
So, but fortunately, we haven't had any new cases on the naval job site. So that's a good thing. That means NAVFAC's extra security measures have been working. And we just keep praying. Of course, today, Viva Santa Maria Camelin.
Viva!
Keep protecting our island. Right? And Sabrina, I'm so glad you tested negative.
Oh, thank you. I am too.
I had to close my eyes. I cannot watch needles go in. I can't watch that swab go up. I had to close my eyes.
It was terrible. I knew deep down it was just my allergies, but I had to make
Better
sure.
safe than sorry.
Yeah.
Jason was kind of worried.
Yeah, but it does leave like a weird alcohol kind of feeling, like somebody left the alcohol or a piece of Vicks up there.
For real. It was like that the whole day. Like afterwards, it was, you just can't help but like squeeze your nose because you feel like there's something still there.
I think Sabrina's like a lot of us. That, our nostrils, they're supposed to be an outie, not an innie. Exit only nostrils.
Yeah, I've been through it. What, 1, 2, 3, 3 times. It's like, it's not a good feeling.
Right. Yeah.
The Binax now, though, those rapid antigen tests, piece of cake. But you're right.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
They don't hurt at all. So whenever they have the community testing again, it doesn't hurt. It's fine. But I was just panicking. I was panicking.
So the only question is it covered?
Yeah, it's free. Well, I don't know about that. I hope so.
Hi, a day. Take care. Hi, a day. Marty, thank you for catching us up on your situation, and keep us posted, okay?
Okay. Merry Christmas, everybody.
Merry Christmas.
You too. We're absolutely loving the matching mask and blouse.
Oh yeah.
Yes, right? Style.
Hey.
Viva tomorrow.
There you go. Viva, viva. Okay, Par. Thank you, Marty.
All right. See you guys.
Bye.
Okay.
Stay
Bye.
safe. That's good news, man.
That is.
That is such good news.
That's cool that they recognized him at the gate of the base.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I
Hold
have
on,
a story
Jay.
about that. Because yesterday, there was a gentleman who came over, like DJ Joser was actually, he gestured to me and he's like, hey, there's a DHL, like a DHL, right? Yeah, there's a DHL delivery guy over there. So I went out and I opened it up and I was like, and he goes, oh, I have a package for like you guys. Is this one of your employees? And he said like the name. I was like, yeah, he works here. And he goes, okay, can you just do the scan thing? Then I said, you sure this is for KUM? He's like, dude, I've been listening to you guys like all morning and everything. So shout out to Adrian Camacho because he is working really hard. He and his team, all the delivery people all over the island. But Adrian said like,
and they're gonna be really busy in these next couple of weeks.
yeah,
Right
as he makes his runs, he's actually got our show up on his phone and everything. So he said, we keep him company and we get him in a good mood. So Adrian, thanks so much for the shout out there. And I guess to what Marty was saying, is she was saying, and Brown Sugar Tea was saying earlier, like about parts of California being locked down. My sister in LA, where she lives, and ironically, the city that she lives in, you guys aren't going to believe this. The city that my sister lives in is a suburb of LA called Corona.
I drove past there.
Yeah, which is crazy. But basically, they're under lockdown right now because they say if their municipal hospital, if the ICU is already at 80%, that's what triggers their lockdown system. So they said that's instantly.
That's their car score?
Yeah, basically, that's the metric they use. So.
And what type of lockdown are they under, Jay? What can they and can't they do?
You just can't go out of the house. It's just, unless it's an absolute, 5-alarm emergency, everybody just stays home and they have a strict, which is weird because you say you have a total lockdown and yet you still have curfew. It's like, well, if you shouldn't be out anyway. But yeah, it's let's send some prayers on this it's this very holy day like on Guam to our friends and family and neighbors over in the mainland because depending on where you are in the States, I mean, they really need it.
Yeah, there was something I saw on NBC News yesterday where it was like every 38 seconds someone dies of COVID-19. That's
I remember a few months ago, I was really blown away because I've got a ton of friends in Florida, Orlando specifically, and I was seeing, I think it was CNN, was saying that for a while there, when Florida was just going like absolutely nuts, they said that Florida was the global epicenter for coronavirus, and that to me, I was like, man, I got so many friends there. I've got classmates, some family members out that way, and
my sister's in Florida.
Yeah, they said.
All right, let's take a break. We'll be back with more of The Link. It's 9:48 on Santa Maria Comelin Tuesday, right here on The Breeze, 93.9 FM. Good morning, Guam.
Hey, kids!
Holiday federal employees and annuitants, the open season is here. Calvo's Select Care offers a comprehensive on-island network, including GMH and GRMC. Our off-island provider network stretches across the Pacific, plus our partnership with United Healthcare provides over 1 million providers throughout the continental United States. Calvo's Select Care, healthcare that's always there for you. Federal employees and annuitants, enroll today.
Let's get merry during the most wonderful time of the year by making spirits bright. KUAM and McDonald's of Guam want to highlight your decorations and lights by flooding the social media pages of KUAM with your videos and photos. Finish your holiday setup, then snap a few shots or a video of your delightful display and send it to us through social media or email them to promotions@kuam.com. Check out our posts every Friday or tune in to KUAM News Weekend Edition for a special montage of the submissions certain to be making spirits bright with every broadcast. Warmest holiday wishes from McDonald's of Guam and KUAM Communications.
Hey kids! With the best holiday of the year approaching, KUAM has arranged a way for you to make sure Santa knows what you want for Christmas. Santa and Mrs. Claus have set up a virtual mailbox at KUAM.com with help from your friends at Dial Rent to Own. This is a chance for you to write your very own letter to Santa. Have an adult download the letter form, fill it out with your Christmas wishes, and send it in to us at letterstosanta@KUAM.com. Santa will read every letter submitted, but you may be chosen to join our Christmas Zoom party where you get to talk to the big guy himself on December 19th. If you're chosen, you will receive a special emailed invitation for you to attend the virtual fun. Stay informed with the stations and platforms of KUAM for all the details and make sure you are being nice and not too naughty from today until Santa comes to visit. Letters to Santa is brought to you by Dial Rent to Own and all the L's at KUAM.
Merry Christmas!
The Christmas Pops virtual marketplace continues on the stations of KUAM and on our webpage at KUAMChristmasPops.com. Catch the encore through December 11th on demand and on the stations of KUAM Communications. The Christmas Pops virtual marketplace is presented by Stroll Courier. Get all your packages, documents, and gifts delivered island-wide. Visit strollguam.com/courier and book a delivery today. Domino's. Visit domino's.gu for faster, easier online ordering. And JA Guam, bringing the business of life to life.
You overcame the challenges of this day and age and showed the world that our spirit of Inafat Malik is unbreakable. Siduas Maasi to all our community partners who helped the KUAM Care Force in giving back this year. And thanks to you especially, the people of Guam. Your kindness and generosity gave hope to so many in need this year. Let Giving Tuesday be the spark that keeps the spirit of generosity going throughout the year.
To The Link with Chris and Sabrina on Breeze 93.9.
All right, guys. Normally at this time we would have usually like the very popular Santa tracker, but today has become the Santan tracker. We are tracking Santa Maria. See what I did there?
That was clever.
So our Blessed Mother, this is pretty amazing because when last we caught up with her, she was just leaving GMH, heading down into 2 months. She has already made her way through GRMC. They went around, the front entrance, the general entrance. They went around the back with the ER, and she has just turned at the four-way intersection where you can go on to Harmon Loop Road where we are. She has turned in and she's going to come around the back of Santa Barbara Catholic Church in Dedido. So she's already up north.
Yeah, and then she's actually going to be passing by Harmon Loop Road.
Is that like 11:30?
Around 11:20.
So
but I don't know. The rate she's going, she might come early.
Yeah. Is she going up to Jigo first?
She is going up to Jigo, 11 a.m. Our Lady of Lourdes church right there. She's also stopping by after Santa Barbara, going to Estumbo, Divine Mercy, St. John Paul Shrine, Agafagumas, Machinal, Santa Bernadita at 10:45.
Okay, that's the other parish in Jigo.
Right. And then St. Andrew Kim, 11:20 a.m. Down Harmon Loop Road, Army Drive. And then they're going to hang a left up to St. Dominic's afterwards.
And, okay, and while we watch this right now as Our Lady makes her way, and again, she's coming in like maybe towards the back entrance. There is Onodera's store, I believe, is going to be there, and you can see right now like the number of parishioners that have lined the roadway, and you're seeing this in all the different villages that the Blessed Mother is passing through, and people really are coming out. Many people are holding handkerchiefs. A lot more people are holding their phones because you're
getting that video.
Yeah,
my Instagram's just blowing up with everybody.
Yeah, or they want to capture the moment. This is history in the making right here on our island. Something like this, and certainly it means a lot to the faithful. But while we watch this, I want to talk about that for a minute because Jigo has 2 parishes now. Right? There's Our Lady of Lourdes, which everybody knows, and then Santa Bernadita on the backside, more towards Machinal. Now you can have 2 parishes. I was talking with JC from Isla 61 maybe like a year ago, and then you have villages like Barragata who have 2 saints, 1 parish. Well, they've got San Vicente, San Roque.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's really interesting.
No, I've always thought that was interesting because when I saw that first church like up in Jigos, I was like, wait, can you have 2 parishes? They're like, yeah, you can have 2 parishes for 1 village, and then other ones have 2 patron saints. So that's some of the interesting. Am I the only one who thought that was interesting? I thought that was pretty cool.
No, I agree with you. It's pretty cool.
And of course, Jigo being the largest village in terms of landmass.
Rose Manzanonia Lujan writes in on our Facebook live feed, I wish they would drive a little bit slower though.
Ah.
Oh, there we go. That's a nice shot.
Okay, yeah, she is making her way towards, and again, there are many of the parishioners. If you guys have never been to Mass at Santa Barbara, I've been to many. I've been to weddings, I've been to funerals, I've been to just, Saturday. I believe Santa Barbara is one of the churches that really popularized the Saturday evening Mass, just because so many people, would go to traditional Sunday morning.
It seems like that's a new thing, because that never flew when I was growing up.
I only started doing it in college. My friends were like, hey, we're going to...
if you went to Saturday night, you still had to go to Sunday morning. So we would just, we'll go to Sunday morning. But I was going to talk about this the other day. Man, the incentive, we would go to Mass, and then we always knew that if we went to Mass when we came home, because you didn't eat before you go to Mass.
Of course.
When we came home, my Uncle Bill or my grandma or my grandpa would have a whole spread waiting for us. Mm-hmm. Fried rice and all that stuff. So it was always like, I want to go to Mass. We're going to eat after. Or when we were staying in Melissa, we used to go to CCD on Saturday, and they would give us loose change, and there was like a shave ice truck outside. Of
the one thing I always found really interesting about Santa Barbara Parish.
Well, that's a lot of people.
Yeah, Santa Barbara Parish in particular is, remember when we went through the first PCOR 1 lockdown, and basically no one got out, and that's when we had the roadblocks and everything. Santa Barbara would be doing their daily Mass over their PA system. And everybody just thinks, okay, it's in that big loop in Santa Barbara. Everybody there can hear. Because everybody stayed home, you could hear the 12 p.m. Mass from that parish as far away as Machechi and Mogfolk. Which, if you guys don't know, in Dedido is like where KFC is and like that back road there. I mean, you could hear it like a good 2.5 miles away. It was amazing.
Yeah. I used to go to Mass every single Sunday growing up. Went through CCD, the youth groups, and... I went to Mass so often that I guess you could say every Sunday at 12 noon would be like our family Mass, because my mom would be a Eucharistic minister would be a lector. Then we would all be what are they called?
Offertory.
No, yeah, we did every part of the
Yeah.
mass. We would do.
Cool.
We were also the ones that would greet people to come in. I forget what is that called.
Oh, there you can see, like, a lot of the parishioners are holding
Ushers. There you go.
Oh, so some parishioners. This is pretty interesting. This is Dedido power right there. So a lot of the older ladies.
Practice social distancing.
Yeah, the
please.
older
Yeah,
ladies
please
were.
remember your social distancing.
Yeah, but did you see that one shot that they got there? Some of the older ladies, they were holding up an umbrella plus the handkerchief plus a phone. That's talent.
Yeah, that is.
But yeah, everybody, please remember 6 feet away. We want to make sure we don't have another surge, guys.
Yeah. And everybody's wearing their masks too.
Yeah, that's good to see.
Right on. Well, we're waving our white wipey here.
Wipey?
Well, yeah,
It's a
let's
wipe.
Wipes.
But it's the fancy wipes.
let
okay?
me pass them out. 'cause
We're
remember,
waving the eucalyptus wipes. Okay.
Yeah, remember, guys. Car wipes up.
Car score down.
Car score down.
Hey, by the way, we're getting Dr. Cabrera on tomorrow.
Yay!
Yeah, to talk about the Cabrera score.
Carver.
Wipes up. Car score down.
Did you come up with that or did he?
I came up with it.
Okay, he came up with car score.
Yeah.
You're always doing the Steelers thing.
Yeah, Bree's like, she's so gangster. She's like, yeah, what?
Yeah,
Santa
she's
Maria
like-
Cumberland. What?
Black and yellow, black and yellow. They're 11-0, black and yellow.
Well, how else are you supposed to do it?
No,
You're
go
supposed
like-
to do it like daintily.
No, you're doing the terrible thing.
Yeah.
Oh, this is not a college football game.
Down, 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 down.
Hey!
Yeah,
Are you
okay.
serious? That's the way you're supposed to do it?
Yeah,
No.
yeah, she's a lady. She's not like, you know.
I didn't know.
Yeah, Bree's doing Gangnam Style over here with it.
Oh, Lord.
There's people doing it. See, I'm not the only one.
I don't
There you go. Look at her.
Oh, okay, no,
All
okay,
right?
that's true.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
All right. Hey, however you want to do. We're no judging here,
These
guys.
are
If
white
you're-
shaming me.
If you're
I know.
showing respect to our patron saint,
Just
then
don't like
Exactly.
dab with it. Dab with it.
Gosh.
Sorry, we didn't mean to, Bree. I
Yeah.
apologize for my friend Jason. He means well.
Okay, and she is still going.
Leadshell Park.
Yeah. Okay, and you know this is actually one of the most densely populated areas of Dedido. Of course, there's that big loop around. You know, the center point is of course the Santa Barbara Church, but then you've got what used to be the Dedido Library, the public library there. You've got the basketball court, which, you know, for years, I mean, you used to see guys like Danny Cepeda, Curtis Hellier, Ruel Ong, you know, I mean, these are legends of Guam sports. I used to go there every Saturday night and play. And this is, and look at all those wonderful like coconut trees. And on a day that we saw at the top of the show, we saw the amazing colors that we know our patron saint has blessed us with today. And, you know, you're just seeing the beautiful weather. What?
And again, 11:30, you can watch on KUAM TV8. We're going to be rebroadcasting the mass from this morning.
Yeah, see what happens when you wave the.
Yep.
You've got eucalyptus
See?
fumes in you.
Anyway, thank you guys, man. It's been a great show. You know, again, we're doing the mass 11:30 on KUAM TV.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yes,
we are.
I know. Just saying. And it's been another episode of The Link here on what is for a lot of people, well, at least the government of Guam, a holiday.
Yeah.
Okay, so enjoy your day off. We have the schedule of Santa Maria Commonland's route.
We do.
If you want to try and meet her.
She's currently on the northern part of the island,
Right.
but she will be heading south after lunch, I believe.
Right, and I want to say for the southern route, she is going to be going. See, I wonder if she's going to go through Route 4.
Okay, well, she currently is passing it what used to
Yes,
be the.
she's going
It is
Route
Route
4.
4.
Yeah, she's currently passing what used to be the Dedido police station.
Right.
Right there, right at right across from Submarina. If you want to have
The
like.
former Dedido mayor's office.
Yes.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Yeah, the post office.
Yeah.
The skate park area.
The skate park. Yeah.
Right, yeah.
And then I guess she's gonna hang a Yui. Is she gonna take a U-turn and go up towards Jigo, or?
Yeah, Jigo's next.
No, I think she's going to go to Estumbo and Agafagumas.
Okay, well, yeah, I mean, she's got the police escort, so, you know.
Right, she can go wherever she wants.
Yeah.
All right, it's 10:04. We're KUAM-FM in Agotnia, Guam. Thank you guys so much for watching, all of our Facebook Live viewers. Good job today, Sabrina.
Good job.
Good job, Joe, sir. Jason, good job today. Stellar work, my friend.
Always fun working with you guys, man.
Always a pleasure, man. We're blessed to be working with each other, guys. Best team in the biz. Also, Master Control, we got your 6 with our KUAM News primetime broadcast. My name is Chris.
I'm Sabrina.
Esta Agupa. Adios. Viva Santa Maria Commonly.
Viva!
Viva Santa Maria Commonly.
Viva!
Viva Santa Maria Commonly.
Viva!